Hi everyone, this is Stiofan from GeoDirectory. Thought we'd do a quick video going over some dynamic content and CSS hide conditions with GeoDirectory and Elementor PRO. First of all, under templates and theme builder, if we go to GD single, we'll just go over a few examples in that template, but this applies to the archive items or basically any page, any content. So dynamic content can be used in most of the Pro widgets, things like image, text, heading, buttons, icons. This social widget here, you can add. We've got dynamic content being used for the Facebook URL field, but we'll just go over a few examples. So in this social icons widget, if we get clear of this just now, this is what dynamic tags are. So this is dynamic content we're pulling in from the GeoDirectory fields itself. So when we click that, you get a host of options the Elementor gives you, or if you scroll down, you'll have GD URL fields, and then you can click the wrench icon or anywhere over the title. You can select the key. Then we just select Facebook, and that is us. Update that. And now that this will take you to the Facebook URL of the page dynamically for every single listing page. So let's show you some more complex examples. Let's look for a gallery. Actually, let's look for a gallery. And let's quickly just give it some padding. Background too much. There we go. Okay, content. So we're going to go for a gallery here. We've got a new gallery. Let's call this owner images and select the images. Now we're going to use the dynamic tags again and use the GD gallery field. And again, clicking the wrench icon, you get to select the key. Now, basically, any image field you add to the add listing page will show here, but the default images on the listing is just called post images. So we'll add that, and then we're going to add a second item here. We're going to call this user images. Here we're going to again go to dynamic content, and you'll see we have the second option, comment images. This only shows if you're using the multi-ratings add-on, but it's a good one to use. So we can now split this up between showing all images, owner images, or the user images. Let's update that. And if we go to the front end and do a refresh on this page, you'll see we have all images. We click on owner images and user images. Now you see this image here. Close that. If you go down to reviews, you can see it was left as a review image here. So you can show user uploaded comment images. So this would show its own gallery for every review that's been left. It would show all the images. So you have that option to be able to show it in a full gallery and then be able to break it down into the owner images and the user images if you want to. So let's go back to the template page. So if we look at this widget here, this is the standard Elementor ratings widget, which is using dynamic content. So here you can give it by default, it's just a ratings output, you can set the value, but you can use dynamic tags to use a GeoDirectory field and select overall rating. And if we go back to the front end, well, there's one rating on this listing, and it shows the 5 stars. And to move on to the CSS hide conditions, if you go to basically any section or any item can be hidden depending on the value of a custom field. So if we go to, we're still on the ratings, star ratings widget. If we come down to, we're at in advanced, we come down to CSS classes, we can scroll down again and use this CSS hide condition. Now we can set if one of these values, so we've got, have to scroll down to the raw values and say overall rating. So if we say the overall rating is empty, then it'll be hidden. So this is the condition. Overall rating is empty, it will hide. So we'll update that. If we go back to the front end and refresh, we'll see that this rating still shows because this has a 5-star rating. If we go back and go into another place, you'll see that it's completely hidden because this listing has no rating. And you could do the same here with on the archive page if you wanted to. You could hide it if there was no rating present. And you can do this with even a section. So we could go to this section. Let's, well, it's actually a widget. We can do that with a widget, a gallery widget. Go down and find a hide condition. And you could set it for a specific category. If a category, actually you need to do a default category. You can set a specific category ID for it to hide or for it to show. You can do that with whole sections, whole widgets, or anything that gives you a dynamic CSS class will let you hide that under specific conditions. And I think that's just a quick explanation of dynamic content and CSS classes. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and we'll get back to you. Thanks.